anticipated contest between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off in Detroit. Here's Cavante Turpin on the return. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Taking a shot on the first play. He's got it deep. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. Going the other way. Lions have it. And they're able to add some extra yards onto the turnover too, Brock, as this defense steals away possession. Well, this one's certainly off to an exciting start, partner. Hopefully this is the type of energy we're going to see the whole way today.
Defensive coaches, Kate, love to say, steal a possession, find a way to steal a possession. Well, they stole it on the very first play, and now put their offense in the driver's seat.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
15 yards. That's good. 4 on Lions.
Going to the ground again on first. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Has him on the quick hitter. He's still going at the 30. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They get 19 on that pickup. And the Lions have a first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Coming right is Gibbs. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now. Offense to the line fast.
Detroit Lions. First down. First down and 10 yards to go.
Hey, kill!
Here's Goff on 1st and 10. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time. Pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit...
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys get the football just short of their 20. That's the interception and return. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
We managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That's incomplete on second down. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they need to get 4 on third down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Prescott now to throw on third down. Oh, trying forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Jack Campbell with the INT.
Prescott's pass intercepted. The Lions take over first and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Goff setting to throw. Screen here for Gibbs. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll toss it to Gibbs. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions parlay the interception into points. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
And that's brought in for 2, Brock. That's going to put him up 8-0.
You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, it went right to him for the conversion.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Turpin with a return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
We've set it downs for him from the 31. Sanders running dead ahead. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Prescott here from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Cowboys first down.
They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. The Lions out in front. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking at first down here. Sanders on the shotgun handoff. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
Putting a receiver in motion. On the ground, this is Phil Moffat. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Throwing on first is Prescott. He was going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Again on 2nd and 10, Prescott. Set up the screen here for Moffa. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
No run. This is Moffa. We'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would.
Now running here with Jaden Blue. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Offense up to the line fast. Dak to the air here. And he's got him that 1st down as he hits the deck safely. They're going to be looking at 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
And not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Stick around. Some more from Ford Field on its way. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Yeah, here we go.
From the gun is Prescott. And the Lions are there to bring him down. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
11 yards. 2nd down and goal.
Dak now from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Running out of chances. Here's 3rd and goal. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So the offense was right to be walking backwards. The flag does go against them. After the penalty, let's see how their composure is as they still try 4th and goal.
Here we go, Riley. Hey, 47.
They're going for it. Here's Prescott. And the shutout stays alive in the 2nd half as that pass ball's incomplete on 4th and goal.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
To the air on 1st down. Here's Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
Inside the 45. And he's finally brought down at the 33. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7. Now the Lions calling a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
What? 180.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First down.
All set now. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Block 20. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Block 20.
From the gun, Goff. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on.
A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their third. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Through the defense it goes. Room to burn. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. And he's going to score. Pick 6 for Dallas.
This offense had time to go through the 5 stages of grief by the time that interception reached the other end zone, Kate. Denial when they saw it picked off. Anger's return picked up steam all the way through to some reluctant acceptance that they just watched the celebration unfold in the wrong end zone.
And he makes the catch, and just like that, we're right back even at 8 apiece. What a start to this one, baby. Both teams scoring, and without hesitation, run everyone out there to go for 2. For fans of aggressive offenses, Brock, this is certainly shaping up to be their perfect type of game.
Yeah, you think both these offenses just going to go for 2 from here on out? I don't know. There's a lot of risk involved with it, but I'm here for it. When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Big strike here to Williams. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
32-yard line.
Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal try. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. Sailors now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30.
Hey, we're dead even here through 2 quarters, and you know exactly what that means. That means both coaching staffs emphasize coming out strong here to begin the second half. Well, that return puts you in great position to do so, and maybe even take control of this game.
I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40-yard line.
Super.
Off to the air now. Underneath, it's Gibbs. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
They'll go right side with Gibbs. He cuts outside. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. Dose of the hurry up here.
Gain of 15 yards. That's another Detroit Lions.
First down, and they go right back to it. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of them on that run. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Cowboys closing in, and they get to him. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
What? 17.
Third and long for him here. Catch made left side by Laporta. And this one won't get there. Looked good, but the stop is made just before he could get the first.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down. It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he's touched as they pick up that first down on 4.
Kate, instead of my usual why, I'm going to ask you how. How do you stop him short on the sneak right there? And the answer, well, most of the time you can't, and you don't. And that's why they'll go to that sneak time and time again.
Out the gut they go with Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Cowboys.
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And the Lions have a first down.
First down.
We go.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard
Looking inside the red zone. Jump off, caught by his back. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Working quickly here.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the Cowboys' 11-yard line.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Now that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're staring at 4th and long. So they take their shot for the end zone, Brock, rather than focusing on that first down marker. And now they've got a decision to make.
Yeah, I think with that incompletion, they made the decision. You better send that field goal team on. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it.
And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Still motoring past the 30, and he gets it forward to the 43-yard line.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play.
After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's an unusual 8-all ball game as both sides get ready for the final quarter. What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Prescott on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he shovels it forward, complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down, here's Dak. On the move, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. It's a sack on first down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd. Throwing now out of the shotgun. Rolling left, buying some time. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down. Looking to throw. Throwing deep here for the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted. The Lions
The Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
20-yard line.
Cut. 180. DC. Turbo.
It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Listen.
They go play action with Goff. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Back to throw it. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Savon Revel with the pick. And he's going to score pick 6 for Dallas. Tie game, final quarter, the final minutes and seconds ticking away, Brock. I mean, this is dream scenario for a defender to have the chance to score the potential game winner.
Yeah, I'll raise my hand, and sometimes at a fault for too many times thinking about the quarterback. Oh, this is the moment you live for. Oh, you got to maximize the situation. It's the same mindset for these defenders, and when they capitalize on it, well, you could see the celebration by his teammates.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Needed a little more to reach the landing zone, so give them the ball at the 40-yard line. And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff. On the ground, it's a give to Gibbs. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
180. Hey, lift. Turbo.
Throwing is gone. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Super 1.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
180. We're good. What's that?
He's back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 4th and long.
180.
Desperation time here. It's everything he has under this one. Brought in inside the 20. There it is. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
And he's into the end zone, so that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this 4th quarter. Well, that right there really changes the complexion of this game. They take the lead on the conversion rather than playing for the tie.
You could just see my head up here in this booth, right? It's just shaking. I mean, the old-timers are looking at some of these decisions the new school guys are making and just wondering aloud, what are you thinking? Well, what they're thinking is what some of the data is telling them to do. And what I love, Kate, it now really puts the pressure on that other side to respond.
Turpin with a return. And he's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Cowboys down by only 1. Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Yeah! There we go. 180. 26.
Shotgun snap, he'll give to Blue. Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. At the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys jump in front late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
16.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41. Setting up to pass. Hits him on the out route. No one's around him. He's got space. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end, and they give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
Here's Gibbs on the carry. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Back to Gibbs now on second. And his fight good enough to gain about 4. It's third down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 180.
Looking to throw it. Pass complete to Gibbs. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. The Cowboys signaling for their first timeout. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
He was taken down.
Detroit calls timeout. It's second.
A gain of a yard.
And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
White 20.
Here he is to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Here we go tonight. 180. 2 up.
Now to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Donovan Wilson picks it up. And the Cowboys make the play that should win them this game.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with blue. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They're going to pass it here. Has him on the quick hitter. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down is short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
A gain of 10 yards, and it's 3rd down.
So the Cowboys come in and take this one on the road. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
All of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
With a new stadium rising just to the west of us, for now we're back for football in the familiar setting of Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills. Mike Tirico, Greg Olds are ready to get this one going. Jake Bates set to get it started. And off we go from Orchard Park. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he's going to be hit and dropped behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this ball. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A pass caught by the veteran. That's Brandon Cooks. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Bills first down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Middle. That's it.
On play action, Allen. That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 21 on that pass play. First down, Buffalo.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 9. From the gun, Josh Allen. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He gets this complete to Shakir. They get 14 on that hookup. Good for a Bills first down.
14 yards. That's another Bills first down.
In motion, Shakir. Allen goes with the pop pass. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To the air is Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he'll take this one in. James Cook. Touchdown, Buffalo. Terrific way, Greg, to get this game started. Able to get the opening touchdown and do it with a long run.
Mike, anytime you can create explosive plays in the run game, you're definitely going to take it. And they're going to be able to build on those plays as the rest of this game moves along.
Lions have it. Tyler pass to kick off for Buffalo.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
6-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Lions
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35. He is having his way. Another big game. This time 18 yards and a first down. They'll come up here, first and 10.
And the Lions first down.
Once again, it's Gibbs. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Big Ed Oliver there on the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and 8.
Here we go. 180. 12.
From the gun, it's Goff. Along the sideline, Williams pulls it in.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
20. Super 66.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. He's got his tight end, that's Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. Goff hooking up with his tight end, Laporta, and they give the Lions a first down.
First down 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now Gibbs. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Here's second and 2.
Hold on. 180. Value 3.
Here's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal. Gibbs trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly.
And he'll take it on in. Rock right. Touchdown, Lions.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game. Anytime you fail on a two-point try, there's always going to be second guessing about whether that was the right play call. In this case, they decided to throw the ball, which I like. They just need better execution, and they end up coming up a little short.
And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is second and 13. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Out to his right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down. From the gun. Throw here for Allen. Open man, right side. He's got it. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. A one-point affair, 7-6 is the score. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
He's going to have the 1st down and more. And he's in. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown, Bills. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills will take a 14-6 lead.
9-6.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This returnable from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up the 1st down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
They'll go play action with Goff. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the receiver he was trying to target. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Good-looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. That one out wide to Gibbs. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Lions 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On play action, Goff. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he will score. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit.
Really nice job there by the receiver, understanding what to do after you secure the catch and the ability to target him in the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. If you can hit them in stride and be accurate with the ball, there is a lot of green grass to pick up yards after the catch, and he's able to take this one all the way into the end zone for 6.
That'll be caught, and he will not get in. They will come up empty on this try for 2, unable to tie this football game. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. To return, here's Ray Davis. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
He's brought down at the 31. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. Now a design run. It's Allen. Past midfield. Still on the move. Inside the 10. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Josh Allen. Touchdown, Buffalo. We talk about a quarterback who can hurt you both ways. That is the one-way defenses just can't stop him. All that speed, taking it the distance.
You're exactly right, Mike. This is just one of the elements of the quarterback position that is just so hard for defenses to account for. When they get themselves in space, they in essence turn into a running back, and once they get out in front, there's no catching them.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a 1st down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. Room to run inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down. Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another 1st down. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
180. 1st down, Lions.
Ric Flair.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
1st down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
We go.
And the Lions 1st down.
They hand it to Gibbs. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He's brought down by 380 as well. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. First carry for David Montgomery. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
And the Lions 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Montgomery. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
On 2nd down, Goff. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Hey, kill. We go tonight. 180.
Here's Goff. That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Now Goff leads the Lions for a 2-point try.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, a huge mistake right in the half. It is intercepted.
That keeps the score. Bills 21, Lions 18.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. The return, here comes Davis. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Allen's going to keep it on the zone read. And they will finally run him down up near midfield. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. The tight end Kincaid in motion. Here's the first carry for the man from Kentucky, Ray Davis. How about that? The quarterback able to spot the ball on the ground, gets on it, and keeps it for the offense.
At the 39-yard line.
To the air. On second down, here's Allen. That one downfield for Cooks. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead. Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This a yard short of the record from 65 yards out. And as expected, this one's not going to get there. It's no good. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. This fielded at the 2. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
On first down, it's Goff. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing third down. Goff to throw. Open man is the tight end right. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Detroit.
180!
To throw is Goff. They'll look to set up the screen here. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
We go tonight! 180!
Now, faking the give. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. What a letdown for the defense. They allow a conversion on 3rd and 16.
A gain of 18 on the play.
On the ground, this is Gibbs. He'll push forward for about a yard. Matt Milano there to stop it.
At the 44-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's third down coming up.
6 yards. And it's third down.
We go tonight!
They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. And they're going to get the conversion here. Good run to the 44, and that's a first down.
So, Mike, it's actually funny to say, but these are actually the kind of offensive possessions that defenses want you to have, right? So the idea on defense is make them snap it again, make them go the long way. So at some point, when they continue to get fresh sets of downs, expect them to try to get a big play, try to generate a chunk, and try to move the ball down the field at a quicker pace.
Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Detroit.
Right 20!
A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Tiger!
A second down throw for Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Like 20!
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
This defense holding tight. Now from the 3-yard line, they'll try to stop 3rd and goal. Now Goff. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Lions will tie the game here in the 3rd quarter.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the 2nd half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Allen to throw. Exiting the pocket right. Open man downfield. It's Kincaid. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Allen working from the pistol. His pass right side taken in by Cook. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. 1st down, Buffalo.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. The 4th quarter begins with a run by Cook. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up.
A 3-yard loss on the play.
Allen gonna throw for it. He gets this complete to Shakir. And he is gonna have the Bills' 1st down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
And that right there is going to end up probably being the play of the game either way, Mike. I mean, think, if you fail on that 4th down, you give the ball to your opponent, and all they need to do is come away with a field goal, and you lose in regulation. But this coach, he's not playing for a tie. He's not playing for overtime. He's saying, I got the ball late in the 4th quarter. I'm putting the trust in my offense to not only extend this drive, but to go out and try to win this game. Well, on the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw him have some success through the air. They tried to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And he maneuvers his way forward, a gain of 6.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Good coverage there in the end zone, and is incomplete. Terrific work has separated the man from football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Alert! Stop, identity! Out! Where's that?
From the gun, here is Allen. This is intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch. And the Lions are going to take over here at their own 22.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
A run here with Gibbs. He's got room to the 45. 20. 15. And he will go all the way. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Here is 1st and 10.
Middle. Look out.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game. It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here comes 2nd down.
319. What's that?
They'll run with Cook. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
He was brought down by Al-Quadin Muhammad.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down.
What's that?
They'll drop to throw. Back into the hands of Shakir. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 25. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 39 yards.
It seems like the best offenses in the league all rely heavily on yards after the catch. And this is a great example of why, if you can deliver an accurate pass on the move with the speed and the elusiveness of some of these guys in the league, it is a handful in the open field for the defense to tackle.
1st and 10, and it's Allen. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And a nice gain there. He's out of bounds, and that will bring up third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Design run here for Allen.
And a nice job there defensively on third down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the first down.
Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And they're going to pick it up here. They took a chance and it paid off. First and goal coming up. The Lions called their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. In motion, Shakir. Now a design run. It's Allen. He'll get this forward. No signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1. Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. Second down, goal to go. Go with their fullback trying to get it. Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short. Here's the third and final timeout for the Lions as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on third and goal. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second. Clock shows 50 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23.
This is 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Goff to throw. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
Jared Goff sacked. A loss of 3 yards. It's 2nd down.
Here's 2nd down. Goff. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Cole Bishop.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, We'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Here's Allen now on 1st and 10. He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. That ball intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
2 for 1. 2 for 1. Carlos up.
On play action, Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? And they were ready, and they took him away.
He's going to look downfield once again. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford. And he'll be taken down. That means we are going to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Johnson now to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll run the toss with Cook. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
Bills, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
In motion goes Cooks. Now the give to Cook, running right. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line. The defense could not bring him down. It's a catch and run of 22 yards.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
We'll go back to Shakir. He's got another one. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a first down.
27-yard line.
Five wide.
Play action. It's Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Half. What's that?
Take the handoff, and now it's Allen. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Only need a yard, and it's 4th down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
They'll try and throw for it with Allen. And that is incomplete. They took a chance on this opening drive of OT, and now this game changes dramatically as they turn it over on down. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Goff. That's caught. It's Isaac to Slav. So he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Now, Goff. This one intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Terrell Bernard. And he is going to score. It's a shocking finish here in overtime. This game is over. So the Bills Mafia goes home happy. It's a win.